Howdy, this is Mackenzie Franklin from SideGame LLC here in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Today we're going to be reorganizing Res Arcana, designed by Tom Lemon and published by Sandcastle Games. Now this is a fully sleeved copy of the game with no lid lift, and it includes both of the expansions. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please make sure that you do. It is the best way to help us grow, and thank you so much for all of those already subscribed. We really appreciate the continual support. Now that being said, let's go ahead and jump into organizing Res Arcana. So first off, we lift the top off here, and inside you'll see that we have the base game rulebook on the top, as well as the Invisible Mage solo variant. I'll go ahead and leave a link in the description below so you can play Res Arcana solo. Next, we have the reference. This is laminated for that solo variant. And then finally, we have the two rulebooks for Lux at Tenebrae, as well as Perlae Imperii. So all the expansion content is in here. And as you can see, we've actually kept the original insert for the game. I think it's a pretty fantastic insert and everything fits really well, and it actually does speed up the play of gameplay. So in this pentagonal insert, we have all of the different resources for the game. We have a spot in the center here for all the pearls. Works extremely well. Not going to lift the lid off. You can see it here. Underneath that, we have a silica gel packet in here for freshness, and then we have our round summary, as well as all of our places of power for the game. So you're going to randomly pick those up based on the player count because of those new expansions, but they are double-sided, so it doesn't really matter how you put them in, but you do want to have them separated so that there are 5 of these large tiles on each side. So that works out pretty well there. Underneath those places of power, you're going to have all of your scroll tokens. There are 8 of these, so you'll stack them 2 at a time and just have that entire bottom filled out. You'll pull these out if you decide to use the scroll magic item when you play. Speaking of magic items, let's go to this top section. We have our victory point and first player marker, as well as all of the magic items in the game. So these are going to be randomized, and once again, you'll put out a certain amount of them for the player count. They all work extremely well and fit in that insert nicely. In this small section here, you'll probably never take these out. You have the 5 of something tokens. You can use them in tandem with the resources to show that you have 5 of that thing. Once again, there are a lot of resources. You probably won't use these unless you're playing in high player count games, so they can just stay in the box. And lastly, we have this bottom left section. We have all of your cards. Now, importantly, if you do sleeve your cards, you need to make sure that you put this setup tile at the bottom. Otherwise, your sleeves will get damaged. They'll get stuck in this box, and it'll be hard to take them out. If you put this large setup tile from Perlae Imperii at the bottom, that gives you a little bit of lift so that you can easily slide your finger in here and pull everything out. So we have our setup tile, and you just simply put that at the bottom. And then you'll have all of your cards. I'll leave a link in the description below for the sleeves that we use for this game, but they are standard size sleeves. So you can find those pretty much everywhere. It's the standard Magic the Gathering standard size. So you'll have those here. So we have all of our monument cards, our mage cards, our artifact cards, and then lastly, our reference cards. And that's really it in this. I think this insert is fantastic. Let's go ahead and pack it up. So first off, we'll take all of those cards in one large stack and put that in that bottom left section here. Fits very nicely. We'll take all of our magic items and put them on that top section with that first player token on top. Our places of power in those sets of 5. In this next section, we'll take our pentagonal resource container and put it like so. We'll have our super nice silica gel packet for freshness, our expansion rulebooks, our solo references, and lastly, our main game rulebook. And that is reorganizing Res Arcana. Woo, what a box fart. If you have any questions about what you saw here, please let me know down in the comments below. How do you organize your copy of Res Arcana with all of its expansions? Do you still use the insert that came in the game? Do you sleeve your cards? What do you think of the new expansions? We'd love to hear what you think. But thank you so much for watching. SideGame Strong.